Hi and welcome to the screencast about Morph. My name is Andy and today I'm going to show you a developer feature that helps you understand how any demo or website running Morph is structured using the different blocks and module positions. If you've read over any information about Morph, you'll notice one of the things we speak about most often are the building blocks. And that's because it's one of the core principles in Morph that Morph is built up using a variety of different building blocks that contain module positions that can be used in a variety of different ways that allows you to get different outputs. For example, you can see here we have three different blocks in this view at the moment. One over here with the sort of basic content, one over here with a set of tabs, and on the right over here we have a grid with two modules in that. Now, the block names in every concept in Morph are the same. What's different though, and what gives the flexibility, is the way that these modules are implemented varies from concept to concept. Now what can get confusing when working with one of the themelets, and if you install a themelet with the sample content and you're trying to understand where to find a module or how to replicate the structure on your own website, for example, you need to understand what modules are positioned where. And this is where this developer tool called Module Outlines comes in. So to get started, what you need to do is, in the URL for your browser, after the first /, just add a question mark and then show_devbar, like that, and then just hit enter. And what that'll do is it'll load a developer bar at the top of the page that you can see like this. And there's a number of features in the developer toolbar, but for this particular tutorial we're going to take a look at the module outlines that you see over here. And once we hit this button, it'll reload the page and it'll add an outline to each of the different module positions that you can see like this over here. So now you can see that the menu is published to the top position. And if we open up the slider, you can see that the other menu in the top is set to the toolbar position. And as you browse down the page, you can see these are the the three positions I spoke about before. The one over here is set to the inset 1, and the tabs are set to inset 2. And then on the right you can see these two modules side by side are set to top left. And then you see this is set to left. Now you'll notice a few things about these positions. First of all, top left, you can see that the modules are side by side, and that's because the top left block has been set to output as a grid that allows the module positions to align alongside each other. And below that, then in the left position, is the first search, because we didn't want that to be in a grid. So that's just set to a normal module output, and you can see along with the other ones. You can see like that. So now you can get a really good idea of how the modules are built up on the site. And the nice thing is you can continue browsing through the website, and the overlays will stay active. And you can see on all the different pages how the different module positions are built up. So for example, let's open up one of the links in a new window and see how that one is made up. So you can see this one is the blog view, and the same at the top, but you'll notice that there is one difference on the side. We don't have the top left anymore, but what we do have is the split left. And the split left is a position that allows you to assign the split menu module. And you can see that these menu items over here are sub of the blogs. So these are the different blog categories that are being output as sub items of the top menu item. So you can see that browsing through, you really get a much better idea of how the whole demo is built up. You can see these bottom left ones are the set of accordions that you see on the demo. It's just that the bottom left block is set to have an accordion output, and that's how those blocks output as an accordion. Right, so one last thing, if we go back to the home page where we have this layout, I just want to finish off by showing you one last thing that may be a little bit confusing, and just to clarify. You may have noticed and wondered why we have the left positions on the right hand side. And I urge you to have a look at our layouts videos that'll just explain how the layouts work in Morph, and it'll make this a little bit clearer. But just briefly before I finish off, Morph is made up of two sidebars, an inner and an outer sidebar. and they can both be positioned on either the left or the right hand side. Now the outer sidebar contains the left module positions, left, top left, split left and bottom left, and it can be positioned on the left or the right. And the inner sidebar contains all the right positions, and again can be positioned on both sides. But that's dependent on, again, like the blocks, the implementation, how you're wanting to use it. And for this concept, we wanted a 300 pixel sidebar on the right. And to achieve that, that means the outer sidebar is positioned on the right hand side, which contains the left positions. And hence, this is what you see on this demo, with the outline set to be on like this. We are looking at changing the names of these module positions. So in the future, this might change to outer 1, outer 2, outer 3, outer 4, etc. to avoid confusion. The reason we kept them as left and right was because that's the standard names in Joomla. But we do have our own sample content now, so we are looking to change that. You can view, we have a blog post on our site that does talk about the sidebar layouts. If you have an opinion, please head over to the blog post on prothema.com /blog, and please leave us a comment on any ideas that you have on the naming of the layouts to make it easier. And that's all I have to show you for the screencast. I hope I've shown you some neat tricks and shown you how to understand a little bit better how to work with and debug the module positions in Morph. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.